Good day, Pete Kane here, Podcast Pete and certified high performance coach. We're on the porch, on the move, and we want to bring a very important topic to you today. Why relationships matter. Why relationships matter. That was the Amazon truck that went by. Hopefully, this mic is helpful in having a better audio. Okay, so leveling up your peer group is a concept I learned from Brendan Bouchard, who's my mentor, who certified me as a high performance coach. And I want to share some tips with you that I've been using since I heard him speak on this topic. And when we say we always know relationships matter, whether it's in personal or business, Tony Robbins once said the quality of your life can your relationships determine your quality of life, something like that. We've always heard that, but we don't always lean into it intentionally. So we have a course that we're going to come out with to help you with that. And for those that sign up, and I'm going to give you a gift at the end of this, there's a path of personal growth that's right around the corner, and you can lean into it. So let's get into leveling up your peer group. Okay. When I think of that, I've always thought about leveling up as going to another level. As Brendan shares, it's intentional. You have 5 rings. You have your family, you have your friends, you have your coworkers, you have your industry workers, and you have your clients. And each one of them are in kind of a different category. Today, with technology, we're so disconnected to relationships because your connections and your relationships matter. The 4 human drivers are aliveness, which is novelty, connections, and challenging yourself. And then connections is the second one. Again, you hear that. Meaningful purpose is the third, and personal growth is the fourth. You practice those 4, your life will be different. It'll matter because these are proven. It's not like these aren't Pete talking about this. These are proven concepts, 4 of them, human drivers. I speak on it. But today I want to share with you about leveling up because when you reach out to people every afternoon, I'm on my porch and it's the kind of the second day of my 3 days. I have 3 5-hour days. The morning from 3:30 to 8:30 is creating, putting together the calendar. I call it like I drink my water, I think, I journal, I plan, and I implement every day. I do the same thing. And in the afternoon, when my energy level could be coming down, because if you're getting up at 3:30, you have to be very conscious of your energy. Because if not, you're going to be falling asleep at about 2 o'clock. But if you're aware of what feeds your energy, and people feed my energy, making those phone calls, checking in with people, asking them how I can support them, providing a way for them to lean into your connections and to provide yourself. Oh, my sister's home and I'm on her porch doing a podcast. Cal, we're doing a live podcast. So she's coming back from Sam's and I'm up here in Richmond or Mannequin Sabbath and doing this. But here's getting back to leveling up. I take 5 people a day. I make 5 phone calls. I try to have meaningful conversations with 5 people. Doesn't always work out, but if I don't, I can make a meaningful voicemail. At least I am talking to people, asking them, how can I support you this week? And be providing with them a way that you're supporting them. What do you love to do? Or who do you love? asking questions that really connect with your community, as opposed to isolating yourself, connecting, maybe texting. Texting's fine, but conversations are better. So if you're having meaningful conversations and you're doing it in a systematic way, family, friends, clients, co-workers, and industry leaders, and you use those five circle of friends, of people, and you're doing it intentionally every single day, you're leveling up your peer group. I don't know the exact where it came from, but I heard that at the end of life, we have 1 to 2 good friends, people you could call and ask. And some don't even have them because they haven't intentionally invested time in those relationships. Let me see if I can put this. It's getting a little darker. No, I can't. I was just trying to tap it with my left hand, which is a little janky. All right, hold on here just a second. I now can't see myself, so I could be talking to the wall. Okay. All right, here we go. So we have questions for you. We have the training for you. So we want to help you with leveling up your peer group, investing in people. Relationships matter. And if you don't intentionally lean into your relationships, they don't automatically happen. So the course will be out probably in about 3 weeks. So if you're interested, go to pking.me/level up. That's the website that you can go to access the course. And if you send me a support ticket, you'll be able to get it for free. Your investment of time and your investment of leveling up, because I want feedback. I want feedback on how we can make it better. We're always leveling up ourselves, regardless of its relationships, challenging ourselves. Challenging ourselves is so important. I always, I heard, this was a couple of years ago, that when we retire, we can die 2 years after we retire if we don't do the human drivers of aliveness, connections, meaningful purpose, and personal growth. If we're just going to sit on the porch like I'm doing and do nothing, you're not going to be around very long. So having that meaningful purpose, having those connections, living that aliveness of novelty, connections, and personal growth helps you to feel that aliveness. Because even though you're 65, doesn't mean you're going to retire and do nothing. Lean into it. Lean into whatever you want to do, but challenge yourself and don't resort to pulling yourself away from your work connections that you had for all those years. Lean into talking to people, calling people, investing in yourself, learning. I had a gentleman that after he retired, he wanted to do something completely different. And Terry, this is for you. He decided he wanted to be a brewmaster. So he goes to Chicago a week, learns the trade, goes to Munich, I think 10 days in Munich. And then he found out after he got trained, he was launching his new career, something completely different. He was allergic to brewer's yeast. So you can't be a brewmaster allergic to brewery yeast and it just doesn't work because you're allergic to it. So he had to pivot, and he struggled because this is what he always wanted to do. Now he can't do it. So he had to move in a different direction. So he went to a hypnosis to kind of deal with that journey and got great success. I don't know how many times it took him, but now he's a hypnosis. Now he's helping people get through trauma, getting through a situation that they struggle with, whatever it is, he's helping them do that. So even though he had to pivot, he had the right idea, try something different, because he was always in management, always in a business career, and wanted to do something completely different. And I applaud him for it. Investing in himself, going to Chicago, going to Munich, putting in the time, putting in the money, putting in the effort of learning a new skill, a new career, a new venture. But then life dealt him a curveball. So he could have just sat down and went, man, this sucks. Or, I'm sorry about that. This stinks. But he didn't. He kept moving. He kept pursuing. And now he's helping people get through crazy times, difficult times. So I met him at an event, and we've had a number of podcasts, and I think he's going to be speaking at our September event. And our September event is coming up the fourth Saturday of each month. We have live speakers speak for 5 minutes, 3 points. Why do we do it? One, public speaking is the second biggest fear to dying. So we want to overcome our fear. We want to build courage. We want to help people connect with other speakers and get speaking engagements where they can share to groups what impact they want to make. And if they're afraid to share in a group, they're going to hold themselves back, and they're going to allow their fear to control their future. And building courage and confidence comes from being on the stage. So that's just an event we use to feed our community, to help our community, to connect, to overcome fear, and to allow yourself to be in a position to speak to groups. Anything like public speaking, whatever you're doing, it's learnable. It's skills. And if nobody wakes up or nobody's born a great speaker. It takes reps. It takes time. It takes intentional. So when you're calling people, lean into helping them. Be interested in them. And get on the phone. It may take you 20 minutes to make 5, 10 phone calls or whatever it is. But use that time to level up your peer group. So I'm Pete Kane, and I want to give you a gift. All right, hold on here. Let me see. I don't know if I can do that with my left hand. So I'm going to change hands here as I hit a button. There we go. There we go. Okay. PeteKane.me/connect. You're going to go in there and you'll see our High Performance Habits Mastery course, 12 individual modules, $300 offer. All I'm asking for you to do is lean in and invest your time. The program's part of a High Performance Institute. Brendan Bouchard certified me. I'm a certified high performance coach, and this is my way to give back to you, to help you level up, help you improve your skills, because the 5 high performance habits are clarity, energy, courage, productivity, and influence. You're going to learn that in the course. Then once you get to the 7th, after you finish the 6th session, which is the influence module, you're going to get an email inviting you to join a thriving group. 10 adults that are on the same path, 5 veterans, and 5 of our youth. We got to invest in our youth. They're our future. So, PeteKane.me/connect. And if you want to be a guest on my podcast, all you have to do is go to PeteKane.me and you'll see it on there. And if you're at a point where you're saying, man, I don't know where I'm going, I have no idea, book a strategy session with me. That way we can roll up our sleeves, help you discover where you want to go and how to get there. Because a strategy of not doing anything is never a good strategy. A strategy of being a well-kept secret will never serve you. So I'm Pete Kane. Be bold, make an impact,